Hi everyone, my name is Renkai. Welcome to this paper presentation. This is a study of fairness perception of content moderation on YouTube. The authors of this study include me and Yubo Ko. We're both from Penn State University. Basically, in this presentation, I will discuss that content creators like YouTubers not just experience content moderation that regulates their content or speech, but also they experience creator moderation that use multiple algorithms to collectively moderate and manage their visibility, online identities, revenue, and more. And the creators developed different fairness perceptions from their interactions with creator moderation. And when we look at how content creators create, share, and monetize their content from platforms, media outlets have frequently reported that creators are not treated fairly by creator moderation. When platforms think creators violate content policies, creators will face challenges for their socioeconomic life and livelihoods. At this picture showing here, creators, especially those from minority groups, have largely complained their content was unfairly moderated, which deducted their income and pushed their careers to become more precarious. And here we are looking at the unique context where creators interact with moderation that impacts how and what people can create, and oftentimes in significant and negative ways. Because creators derive a livelihood from platforms, they want to work with moderation systems. However, moderation decisions could be confusing, complex, and unpredictable, which render their creative labor precarious. We grounded our investigation of fairness perception in this context. So we asked, how do YouTubers' fairness perceptions generate from their moderation experiences? To answer this question, we interviewed 21 YouTubers who had experienced moderation on YouTube to conduct a qualitative study. We asked our participants about how they experienced or handled moderation and how they perceived the fairness of moderation. After some inductive qualitative analysis on this interview dataset, we found there are three primary ways that our participants assess or evaluate the fairness of moderation. First, our participants felt an inequality by comparing moderation treatments between YouTubers. Here, the code on the left-hand side describes that compared to YouTubers who have larger fan base, our participant felt unfair about the frequency and the volume of moderation decisions she received. And the code on the right-hand side describes that a participant filled out self-certification forms to obtain the knowledge of whether his video is acceptable or not to receive advertising income before he uploaded such video, and he did not experience moderation. However, when he applied such knowledge to other YouTubers who make similar topic of video with him and have smaller fan base, he noticed the unfairness that those YouTubers should not have experienced content moderation. Besides the perceived inequality from the cross comparison between YouTubers, our participants also noticed an inconsistency within algorithmic moderation decisions, and such inconsistency violates procedural justice principles. For example, the left-hand side code here describes that our participant thought that one of his videos violated content policies, but moderation algorithms made no actions to that video. And the right-hand side code here describes that our participant received inconsistent explanations for his video removal, and such inconsistency triggered his perceived unfairness. This perceived unfairness would become intensified when our participant can only notice moderation happen if they intentionally tried to. In the code here, this participant found that some of his videos had all normal status in visibility, monetization, and restriction, but they became invisible after he logged in as an audience and turned on the restricted mode filter. And this filter is designed to filter out potential mature content. However, YouTube did not notify or explain to him why his video were potentially mature to audiences and why hiding his video. So this inconsistent and silent moderation triggered his perceived unfairness. Also, the third key part of finding is that our participants realized that their voice was not included in the algorithmic decision-making process. In the code here, after this participant experienced one type of moderation decision, he found that all his new videos with normal statuses underperformed in many metrics such as viewership and audience engagement. However, YouTube did not show whether and how moderation affected or caused this underperformance. So when participants realized that their voice was not included in the algorithmic decision-making process, algorithms had been already taking actions and triggering ripple effects on creators' income or even livelihoods. So to summarize our findings, we found that participants sensed the inequality of moderation treatments, inconsistency within the algorithmic decisions, and their lack of voice in algorithmic decision-making process. When these three led to fairness perceptions, there was not only one algorithm that regulates our participants' content, but multiple ones such as monetization, recommendation, and others that manage their visibility, income, and more. And we name this phenomenon as creator moderation. It is worth noting that since creators might receive different moderation decisions, they would observe different ripple effects from these decisions, and further conducted different actions to repair the content or channels due to these decisions. So there can be different qualities of moderation experiences and sequentially different reasons for fairness perception of moderation. To empower creators and better understand their situated moderation experiences, we detailed several design considerations for creator platforms like YouTube. First, YouTube could consider disclosing whether a certain video is invisible or not under restricted mode filter to creators. And second, platforms should inform creators of how moderation decisions affect their income, visibility, audience engagement, and other performance metrics. And last, we argue that users' voice should be valued by algorithmic decision-making process. And to elaborate on this last point, we would like to offer a concrete example. We mentioned in the previous example that before our participants publish a video, they can understand if their video is appropriate or not to receive advertising income through their self-certification function here. However, the creator platform like YouTube could have done more than that. That means content moderation, or let's say creator moderation, is not only about moderating content or income, but also visibility, audience engagement, and more performance metrics. So this self-certification feature could consider more creators' inputs regarding different types of content policies instead of the only one showing in the picture here that is only related to advertising income. In this way, creators could know better how compatible their content fit the content policies, and the creators do not have to experience the ripple effects from the moderation decisions or become more prepared for such impacts. Before ending this presentation, I would like to thank all reviewers and Dr. Xinning Gui for the insightful feedbacks, and also I'd like to thank National Science Foundation support for this study. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please contact us through email or Twitter.